As we say, today is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and there's a lot of events that have been going on and still will be going on. So I want to tell you about last night's event. I was over at Kleinhans Music Hall, and I was so fortunate to be honored with 11 other wonderful honorees. John Baker was an honoree, Kimberly Beatty, Patricia Bozeman, Bishop Anthony Bronner, Valeria Cray, Rabbi Jonathan Freerick, Sababu Norris, myself, the wonderful Honorable Jeanette Ogden. I'm telling you, Nadia Pizarro, Sam Radford, and I picked up that beautiful plaque. And this was the Bessie Patterson sponsored program. She was the coordinator. And this was called A Journey Traveled by Many, A Dream Living in All. And I have to tell you, it was full of music, celebration, dancing. And if you've never gone to this, it's an absolutely free event. I would suggest that you go because it's just so beautiful with fellowship from people from all over Western New York who understand Dr. King's ideals and want to bring them into 2020 and beyond. So I was really honored to be a part of that. I want to thank them for this. I was honored to be with those other honorees and just having a wonderful night last night. So let me tell you, when that comes up again next year and we talk to Bessie, I suggest everybody go. It was really awesome. Now, with that, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was also honored again earlier in the day yesterday over at MLK Park. Now, you know, they had this beautiful bust. Now, that bust wasn't necessarily created to look exactly like Dr. Martin Luther King. And a lot of people said, gee, it doesn't look like him at all. That's because the artist who created this bust wanted it to be every man, so to speak. So they had a wonderful service over at the park, a rededication of that bust. And also now inside, they have a permanent display of some artifacts now that you can go and learn more about this bust and the art. And that's right inside the shelter house. Here you can see a lot of people were there yesterday. And I'll tell you, yesterday's weather down there was a little challenging, but everybody went. Brother Clifford Bell was there, and you can just see everybody made their way there and had a great time to learn about that and to understand more about the ideals of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So it was really wonderful. And to know that, again, permanent artifacts now will be in that shelter house over at MLK Park. Now, MLK is also celebrating, Olmsted Parks in honor of MLK Jr. And also because it's winter, they're having their 6th annual Winter Blast, and I'm going to tell you about that later in the show. So if the kids are home today, take them out to MLK Park because they're going to have a great time in the winter weather. So more about that in a second. But I do want to let you know with Black History Month, there's a very special speaker that will be making a speech, and it will be shown here in Buffalo. That speaker is Ajamu Baraka. He is a human rights activist. He is the national spokesperson for the Black Alliance for Peace. Now, they are going to have a live remote presentation on the big screen Saturday, February 8th during Black History Month on the issues of war and imperialism. And the title of his speech is The Interest of Peoples of Color at Home and Abroad in Peace. This is happening from 1 to 3 p.m. in the auditorium at the Frankie Merriweather Jr. Library on Jefferson Avenue in Buffalo. Admission is free, live Q&A with an audience following the presentation. So that's Ajamu Baraka who will be speaking, and they'll see it on the screen for everybody who wants to go Saturday, February 8th. So lots going on. And again, more at MLK Park a little bit later today, and we'll have that for you. We got a whole